How's it going, guys? Kyle here with Awesome Sauce News. Welcome to the world premiere of System Config. Now, as many of you know, I posted a video a couple weeks ago explaining the general concept of the show, but for those of you who missed it, well, basically each episode follows one individual in need of a new computer system. And whether that computer be a high-end gaming rig or a budget HTPC, the possibilities are really endless. At the end of the day, the goal of each episode is to build a computer specific to the client's needs, desired level of functionality, and their budget. And also, as many of you know, I've kind of been working on the concept of this show for the last several weeks now. So after much planning and preparation, I'm finally ready to see it go from concept to reality. So without further ado, I'm incredibly excited to present to you all the first of hopefully many episodes of System Config. Enjoy.
Hi, my name's Charlton. I'm from Anaheim, California, and I'm looking to build a budget gaming PC. So aside from daily use with internet browsing and word processing with schoolwork, I'm looking to play some games such as StarCraft 2, Diablo 3, the expansion when it comes out, and also BioShock Infinite. So I built my current system back in 2008 because I wanted to play some of the games back then. But right now I'm running Core 2 Duo with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 512 megabytes in graphics, so I can't really keep up with the games of today. My budget for this PC is around $700, but hopefully with the new sales coming up with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I'll be able to get some good deals. So basically with this new PC, I'm hoping to have a smooth gaming experience and not have to sacrifice too much in terms of graphics and playability. So hopefully Kyle and System Config will be able to help me out with that.
Alright guys, so I have brought Charlton over into my humble abode, and I told him to bring along his old desktop so we can take a look at it and just see how badly Charlton needs an upgrade right about now. So this is a Cooler Master chassis, am I right?
Yep.
And it looks like a pretty decent chassis. It looks like it was a pretty good case for its time.
Yeah. It served me well.
You've kept it in pretty good shape. I believe this thing opens up. Very nice. It's got. Is this an LED?
Yep. Blue LEDs here.
Very
got an
fancy.
intake fan.
Good stuff. Good stuff. 120 millimeter intake fan here. You got a DVD drive. Very nice. A lot of nice ventilation here. But I'm sure it probably gets a lot of dust in there. It's probably like a vacuum for dust as well, right?
You'll see.
So why don't we take a look inside and just see exactly the damage that has been done over the last 5 years that you've had this guy. Oh my goodness. That is impressive. That is most impressive, sir. Okay, so first off, I'll be teaching you what a twist tie is, or a zip tie, so you can manage some of these cables a bit better. But that is impressive how much dust buildup you've accumulated over the years. Let's see. First off, you've got a Core 2 Duo CPU in there with a stock Intel CPU cooler, and it looks like the heatsink can no longer breathe due to the insane amount of dust buildup. You've also got 2 sticks of memory. That's 2 gigs. So you got two 1 gig modules, and those are the nice gold-plated OCZ modules, aren't they?
Yep.
And I believe those are DDR2. Right?
DDR2.
DDR2. Yeah. It's probably like 800 speed or something like that. This is really good stuff. 8-bit. You got an 8-bit motherboard. And then we've also got, what video card is this here, sir?
That's a Radeon HD 2600 XT.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
512 megabytes.
Awesome. And it looks like you have an aftermarket cooler on it, an Accelero.
Yeah, the video card was giving me a lot of heating problems, so I wanted to slap on an aftermarket cooler.
Nice.
Was it ever?
Did it ever just like shut down on you from overheating?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Oh, that's brutal. There's a ton of Molex here. We've got an IDE cable. This is legacy status, guys. This is legendary. And you've also got a hard drive. What's the capacity of the hard drive?
That's 320 gigs.
320 gigs. That's not bad. So trash the rest of it. Keep the hard drive. I think we're gonna be okay. You got a 500 watt power supply, top mounted, of course. But before I get an allergy attack, why don't we set this thing up and just kind of try to run some applications on it, see how far we can get.
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, guys. So we have Charlton's desktop all set up right here. And I guess the first thing to do is to boot it up. And keep in mind that this is I believe a 7200 RPM mechanical hard drive, so it's going to be a bit slow. Plus, it's 5 or 6 years old. But let's just roll tape right now. I've got a stopwatch right here. We're going to time it. Ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't hear anything.
Let's try that again.
Let's try it one more time. Wait, let me stop it. Okay. Clearly you need a new computer because this one doesn't turn on. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. All right, I think I hear fans. It's booting. The LED's on. Wow.
All right.
It really wants to know.
Basically means gotta do one of these.
It means you gotta hit reset.
Yeah.
What? Oh no, that's not good. Is that now it's happened often?
Every once in a while.
Oh wow, okay. Alright guys, so we finally got it to boot on. As soon as we stopped recording actually, the computer booted on no problem. I know it sounds like a lie, but it's totally true. So we're in the OS right now, we're in Windows XP, and why don't we just do a quick little test here. We have Left 4 Dead 2 right here, and I hear this was one of your favorite games back in the day.
Yeah, I used to play this a lot, but I had to crank it down all the way on low settings in order to be able to just barely run it.
Okay, so why don't we, I think we already have it to play at high settings. We didn't even max it out though. I think we have MSAA and anisotropic filtering at 4x. So why don't we give it a go for the camera and just show them exactly what we'd be looking at, what our user experience would be playing at these settings. Alright, so here's just an opening cinematic. Choppy. I don't think I really need to go further than that. So, okay, I think I've seen it. We'll kill a zombie. You have to kill a zombie first. We need to see what killing a zombie looks like at 5 frames. Wow, look at the, did you see the skull shatter in slow motion? I've made flipbooks that move faster than that. That's insane. With that said, why don't we switch gears here and take a look at the actual components that you will be using from now on that hopefully won't give you performance like this that we've experienced here today. So, you ready to do that?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright guys, so for a budget gaming PC in today's day and age, you really can't go wrong with the Vishera series CPU from AMD. This is the AMD FX 6300, and it comes clocked 3.5 GHz out of the box with a turbo boost of 4.1. It's a 6-core processor for $120, and it's quite a steal for any budget gamer. The motherboard we've chosen is MSI's 970AG43, so it's got the AMD 970 chipset, its AM3 Plus socket for that FX 6300 CPU, and it's got enough USB 3.0 and SATA 6 gigabit per second connectivity for all of Charlton's needs. It also supports up to 32 gigs of DDR3, so if Charlton wants to upgrade in the future, he can easily do so. Speaking of RAM, we decided to go with an Ares series kit from G.Skill. This is their 8GB kit at 1600, so we've got two 4GB modules, and they've even got nice little shiny blue heatsinks on them, which will match really nicely with that MSI motherboard. The video card we chose was the HIS Radeon HD 7870 GHz edition, so it comes clocked at 1000 MHz right out of the box, and it also features 2 gigs of GDDR5 memory on a 256-bit interface, which is going to be great for 1080 gaming. It also features HIS's Ice-Q custom cooler, which has huge copper heat pipes and a really nice blower-style design, which actually intakes air from both sides of the blower-style fan. I also wanted to mention that this card is PCIe Gen 3.0, but the motherboard only supports PCIe Gen 2, which honestly shouldn't be much of a problem, as PCIe Gen 2 isn't even being saturated with the current generation of video cards, so Charlton won't really be seeing much of a performance hit. Now I've assigned the task of cooling our FX 6300 CPU to the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo. Successor to the tried and true Hyper 212 Plus, this offers an amazing price to performance ratio, is extremely quiet, and even while cooling on air should allow for some headroom for moderate overclocking. Now with the dropping prices in SSDs on the market right now, I figured it was still possible to get one of these in Charlton's build even for under $700. So here we have the SanDisk Ultra Plus 128GB SSD. Features a Marvell controller, SATA Rev 3, and we'll be installing the operating system as well as some smaller applications like Chrome and Microsoft Office just to help Charlton speed up things with his day-to-day tasks. For games and all-around media storage, we've decided to go with the WD Blue 1TB drive. At 7200 RPMs, it's an incredibly reliable piece of hardware that delivers solid performance when you need it. Our power supply of choice was NZXT's Hale 82 V2. This is their 550 watt model, and this might be considered the white elephant in the room, pun totally intended, just because you could probably find a cheaper modular power supply right now on the market, but due to Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, we actually found a killer deal on this unit, so we decided to go with it, and it is fully modular and 80+ bronze certified, so it should have plenty of power to drive the system. Here we have an Asus DVD combo drive, and it also comes with E-Green software, which helps you save over 50% power consumption. Now obviously, optical media drives are not necessary these days, but they are super cheap, and they're very handy to use in certain situations. For instance, if you're doing a clean install of a computer and you don't yet have your LAN drivers installed, you can't get onto the internet, it's very nice and handy to have an optical drive nearby that you can just pop in a driver disk and get your system up and running. And last but certainly not least is the chassis that all of this beautiful hardware will be dwelling in. This is the Corsair Carbide Series 300R. It offers a great bang for the buck with a painted interior, 2 front panel USB 3.0, and tons of mounting points for fans. And after Charlton shared his story about his old desktop overheating and shutting down, I figured this was going to be a good choice for him, considering it has a lot of good cooling performance and is incredibly budget friendly. Now the total cost of all these parts comes out to $830, but with my guidance and Charlton's deal hunting abilities during Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we were able to get everything within his $700 budget, making this an outstanding PC for the price he paid for it. And now that we've handpicked all the parts for this budget gaming rig, the only thing left to do is build it.
Alright guys, so the build is done. I think it went pretty smoothly. We got everything installed correctly, hopefully. It booted on, we installed Windows 7 64-bit. We've also installed Origin and Battlefield 4, so why don't we boot it on and test out the game, see just how much we can push the video card that we just put in here, that 7870. I'll let you do the honors, since it is your system. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, it boots.
Oh, it boots.
It's already a step ahead of the other computer.
That is true, and it's fairly quiet as well.
Yeah.
And I believe this will boot a lot quicker than your computer, your old computer as well.
Gotta love that solid state.
We're there. All right, so we are playing at high settings right now in Battlefield 4. That's the Battlefield 4 preset for high, and everything's looking really smoothly right now. Charlton's having a much easier time killing people than you were in Left 4 Dead 2. Frame rates are looking pretty good as well. We're hovering just about 55 to 60, 65 at times, with a few dips into the 40s, the low 40s occasionally. We actually cranked it up to ultra for a bit, and there were some moments where it would actually dip below 30, so it wasn't exactly playable. I wouldn't call it comfortable or ideal, but even then it still looked obviously way better than your old system did with Left 4 Dead 2. And honestly, I think since I've officially lost Charlton on all levels at this point, I think it's a good time to wrap up this episode of System Config. So thank you guys for watching and being a part of this experience. I know I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully Charlton did too. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be sure to give me a like and let me know what you think of this channel and System Config as well in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Say bye, Charlton.
Bye.
He's gone.